Leadership is about meeting uncertainty with agency, both individual and collective. When faced with complex challenges, our instinct is to reach for quick fixes and easy answers. But real leadership requires something harder, sitting with the problem long enough to truly understand it. Here's the catch. Your understanding is only as good as your information. You can have the sharpest analytical tools and the clearest frameworks, but feed them distorted data and you'll get distorted decisions. Garbage in, garbage out, except in leadership, the garbage might cost you everything. This is why information quality isn't just another leadership skill. It's the foundation all other skills rest on. Democratic leadership, which thrives on shared understanding and collective wisdom, becomes impossible when people can't agree on basic facts. The modern leader's mandate is twofold: cultivate your own healthy information ecosystem and create conditions where your teams and organizations can do the same. In an age of information overload, the leaders who succeed won't be those who know the most, but those who know what's actually true. This month's focus is leading change. Misinformation during times of change has caused serious harm to individuals, organizations, and communities. Let's examine how the information we use shapes our understanding and leadership decisions. Understanding misinformation versus disinformation. Misinformation is false or inaccurate information shared without malicious intent. Your well-meaning aunt sharing a home remedy she genuinely believes works is spreading misinformation. Disinformation, however, is deliberately fabricated false information designed to deceive. It's weaponized falsehood with an agenda, whether political, financial, or social. This distinction matters because combating each requires different strategies. Misinformation often spreads through trusted networks and can be countered with education and gentle correction. Disinformation requires more robust responses, platform accountability, media literacy education, and sometimes legal intervention. Leaders must recognize both forms in their information ecosystems and respond appropriately. Why disinformation works so well? Psychology, it succeeds because it exploits both our psychological vulnerabilities and modern technology's amplification systems. Our brains are hardwired to prioritize compelling narratives over complex truths. We remember and share stories that trigger strong emotions far more than facts. This vulnerability is turbocharged by digital echo chambers, where algorithms and social bots create feedback loops that reward content confirming our existing beliefs. The most effective disinformation doesn't peddle obvious lies. Instead, it weaponizes partial truths, mixing verifiable facts with misleading conclusions to seem credible. Ethics and values. Most insidiously, it targets our ethical framework and deepest values, framing the act of sharing as a moral imperative. Share before they silence this truth. This manipulation makes us feel that skepticism is morally wrong, that verifying before sharing means we don't care enough about the cause. When you combine our natural confirmation bias, the tendency to embrace information that supports what we already believe, with platforms designed to maximize engagement through emotional triggers, you create the perfect storm for false information to spread. Speed and need speed matters too. Our brains often accept the first explanation we encounter, especially when it comes wrapped in a satisfying narrative that makes us feel smart, vindicated, or part of an in-group. By the time fact-checkers arrive with corrections, the false narrative has already taken root, protected by the very cognitive biases that made us vulnerable in the first place. How and disinformation undermine. Leadership, false information erodes trust and decision-making power, harming individual leadership and collective action, creates anxiety and confusion. People feel overwhelmed and uncertain about what is true. Distorts priorities. Leaders may chase false narratives instead of focusing on real problems. Fragmented teams. Mistrust spreads. What one person believes, another doubts, weakening cohesion. Damages credibility. Sharing inaccurate info, even unknowingly, hurts your reputation. Lowers resilience. Teams lose confidence in facts, and lean toward guesswork. Effective leadership, especially democratic leadership, is built on trust. Misinformation creates fear, mistrust, and division. It polarizes people. In such an environment, authoritarian behavior thrives. When fear and control become the primary means to achieve goals, that's the path to the dark side. Practical strategies for a healthy information ecosystem, the SIFT method, developed by digital literacy expert Mike Caulfield. SIFT stands for Stop, Investigate the Source, Find Better Coverage, and Trace Claims. Before sharing or acting on information, pause. Check the source's credibility. Look for corroborating coverage from reliable outlets. Trace claims back to their original source. Lateral reading. Instead of diving deep into a single source, open multiple tabs and cross-reference information. Fact checkers use this technique to quickly assess credibility. If a shocking claim appears on only one website, that's a red flag. The 24-hour rule. For non-urgent information, wait 24 hours before sharing or making decisions based on it. This cooling off period often allows fact checkers to weigh in and more complete information to emerge. Diversify your sources. Create a board of advisors from different fields and perspectives. Follow economists from different schools of thought, scientists from various disciplines, and journalists from across the political spectrum. Practice intellectual humility. The phrase "I don't know" is powerful. Leaders who acknowledge uncertainty and change positions based on new evidence build more trust than those who project false certainty. Digital minimalism strategy. Choose only news sources and alerts that serve your purpose. Focus on quality over quantity. Select essential tools and feeds, schedule specific times for updates, and eliminate distractions. This intentional approach helps you stay informed without feeling overwhelmed. 3. Actions you can take. Today, create your contradiction corner. Pick one strong opinion you hold, political, professional, or personal. Now find one credible source that argues the opposite view. Subscribe to it. This isn't about changing your mind. It's about understanding the full landscape. If you're liberal, add the Wall Street Journal. Conservative, try the Atlantic. Think remote work is the future? Follow someone thoughtful who advocates for in-office culture. Seeing opposing views regularly helps you spot your own blind spots. 2. Install the phone a friend protocol. Text 3 people you trust right now and create a fact-check group. Agree to be each other's sanity check before making decisions based on viral information or shocking news. Before you share that amazing job hack, investment tip, or health advice, drop it in the group with real or BS. Having trusted humans in your verification loop is your best defense against sophisticated misinformation. 3. The 5-minute source audit. Open your phone and look at the last 5 news articles or posts you shared or saved. For each one, ask, can I name the original source? Is this primary reporting or someone's interpretation? Would I bet $500 of my own money that this is accurate? If you answer no to any of these, unfollow that source. Replace it with one that consistently cites primary sources, like Reuters, AP News, or academic journals in your field. In an era where information is ammunition, the question isn't whether you'll encounter misinformation, it's whether you'll be its victim or its victor. Every time you pause before sharing, every source you verify, every assumption you challenge, you're not just protecting yourself, you're building the foundations of leadership that can withstand the storms of deception. Your information choices today determine your leadership legacy tomorrow. Choose wisely, my dear change makers. Additional resources to learn. More Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. Practical strategies to declutter your digital life and regain focus in a noisy world. How to seek truth in the era of fake news. TED Talk by Christiane Amanpour. How to recognize disinformation and how to stop it. TED Talk by Deb Lavoie. Your Undivided Attention, podcast by Center for Humane Technology, about technology's impact on information consumption. One way to make your information ecosystem better is to use 14 and 40 Media, looking for unbiased, fact-based news. Join 14 and 40 today. Join over 4 million Americans who start their day with 1440, your daily digest for unbiased, fact centric news. From politics to sports, we cover it all by analyzing over 100 sources. Our concise 5-minute read lands in your inbox each morning at no cost. Experience news without the noise. Let 1440 help you make up your own mind. Sign up now and invite your friends and family to be part of the Informed. Subscribe to 1440 today.